people, and it's gone on far too long.
I have no memory of news coverage prior to U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. The black and white film footage and the troop casualty counts on the evening news were part of my growing up years, from my earliest memories until the last of the troops were brought home when I was 15. At the time, I had no personal connection to the Vietnam War. No friends or families served overseas. 2 decades later, the firsthand effects of the Vietnam War were brought home for me in a very personal way. My name is Roberta Hickman, and I am the widow of Master Sergeant Michael D. Hickman, United States Air Force, retired. Mike enlisted in 1965 at the age of 17. His father, who had served as an Army combat medic in Korea, had died by suicide when Mike was 12. His mother was an alcoholic, so the primary responsibility for taking care of his 3 younger sisters fell to Mike. He saw enlistment as a means of escaping the family dysfunction and poverty in which they lived. Mike served proudly for a total of 15 years in the Air Force, part of which was spent in Vietnam during the time period when Agent Orange was in use. Mike and I married in 2000, 15 years after his discharge. I saw on a daily basis the long-term effects of his military service. The health issues that he developed as a result of his exposure to Agent Orange slowly killed him. Chronic erythema nodosum caused large painful welts on his lower legs. The massive doses of steroids that were used to keep the inflammation and pain under control caused diabetes and cataracts. He developed severe peripheral artery disease, which affected his thinking, and congestive heart failure. Mike fought an ongoing battle with depression and anxiety. By the time he died in 2016, at the age of 69, he was 100% disabled. 80% of that was service-connected. Had Mike not had full VA coverage, we could not have afforded his medical care after he retired. We would have been bankrupted. Many U.S. veterans, especially those with more recent military service, don't have that safety net. A count of homeless veterans made by the VA found that on a single night in January of 2017, just over 40,000 veterans were experiencing homelessness. The price for these people of their military service has been the entrapment of themselves and their families in the cycle of homelessness and poverty. Mike, his father, and thousands of veterans like them represent the personal impact of military service. The costs to our country as a society are staggering, both in personal and financial terms. In July, Congress approved almost $720 billion in military spending for the coming year. This represents billions of dollars that will not be spent to provide safe housing, food, quality education, and medical care for people in our own neighborhoods, including veterans. Thousands of lives are permanently changed or denied the opportunity to reach their full potential, either as immediate casualties of war or due to the long-term effects of combat and military service. I have come to recognize that the overriding interest in supporting U.S. involvement in military conflicts is not the winning of wars, the protection of allies, or the upholding of ideals. The overriding interest is the enrichment of those individuals and those corporations whose business it is to wage war and to sell the trappings of war. I come before you today saying that the costs of the war economy are too high. Too many lives ruined, too many dollars spent on death and destruction that could be otherwise used to uplift people in the form of safe housing, nutritious food, quality education, and medical care. The time has come to end U.S. militarism and the war economy.
Yes, somebody is killing our people.
It's killing our people.
And it's gone on.
And it's gone on.
Far too long.
Far too long.
And we won't.
And we won't.
Be silent.
Be silent.
Anymore.
Anymore. Somebody's hurting our people. And it's gone on. Far too long. And we